Hey everybody, we're back again with another Hasbro unboxing. Took me a minute to get that out. I've been in and out of the house, so I'm breathing hard. And I honestly don't know what this one is because they've been used to be when something would ship, I would get pictures sent to my email like this is the item. Hey, it's on the way. It's just shipped, and they don't do that anymore for some reason from my email. So the last like 5 items that have been sent, I have no idea until I open the box. So this could be one of a couple different things. And I'm prepared for whatever it might be. It might be robots, or it might be something else Hasbro related that's not robots. So we're going to find out. Got our knife, got the box. Let's see what we've got in the box. Let's open this. Okay, I got the box. Okay, now this might be something special. All right, I see what it is, and this is going to require me to be prepared with something else that I set aside in case that's what this was. So give me a second while I go grab that. Okay, now, story time. Years and years ago, when I was still, oh dang it, breaking stuff. When I was still a big fan, because I was a huge fan, I collected Star Wars figures. I don't anymore, not very many. I've got a couple modern ones, but nothing, I don't have a collection of them anymore. I don't get into the newest movies and the newest shows. It's not, I've fallen off the fan wagon of Star Wars stuff. Okay. But back then, they had figures from the Shadows of the Empire novel, which I really liked. And so I got a couple of figures from that. I got the Leia in the bounty hunter outfit, right? She doesn't really look like herself, but that's how the figures went. And then I got Luke in the Royal Guard outfit. Now this, again, the helmet comes off. Now I didn't get this figure for Luke particularly. I got this figure because I liked the look of it. I thought it was cool, and I wanted to make it an original character. So I wrote short stories and stuff about an original character that used this armor. Okay, his name was Rage because I was creative as a child. He was some leader of his planet that was out to avenge his people, and he worked as a bounty hunter for some reason. I don't know. It wasn't very well thought out. I just liked bounty hunters at the time, and I liked the look, and I wanted to have my own character that wasn't the Luke Skywalker. So, fast forward. I got those separately. They didn't come together in a package, okay? They were separate. Fast forward to a convenient release from Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series, which is their super high quality, like really awesome figure line. It's overpriced and everything, but it is what it is. And they put out a 2-pack of exactly these figures, all modernized. Now, again, I don't really need the Leia in the armor. I'm not going to set up a play set. I'm not going to do a Jabba's Palace thing where she needs to rescue anybody. I'm not going to, I'm not going to get many more, if any, figures than this. But it was just so interesting that they had her packed in. There went my Senator Shockwave with the right off the side of the couch here with the Luke in the bounty hunter or the Royal Guard outfit, which I'm still going to use as my original character. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's get into this. And see how they look. This is purely a nostalgia purchase. This isn't because I'm not going to try to get back into collecting. I'm doing fine with my Transformers, but this was a set, like I said, it scratched the nostalgia itch. The helmet. The color's a lot brighter. I don't like how bright red the color is. I prefer it to be that magenta color, but that's the new one. This is the original. Still pretty cool, huh? Let's get him popped up out of here. He's not tied in or anything, is he? No. You just aim this bubble here. A lot more articulated. Clearly. A lot more articulated. The cape is attached. The other one, I believe, comes off. But let's take the helmet off so you can see. A little bit better of a likeness. You know, definite size difference. You got bendable knees and stuff the other one didn't have. Even a little bit of ankle tilt. You got this light plastic for the belt and everything, like the utility belt. Let's get his helmet on and see how he looks. Not bad. I mean, it's not, I don't know. I have a soft spot for the original for a variety of reasons. The colors are one thing. The overall aesthetic, I don't know. They could have done more to make this look like the original, but I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to modernize everything. His armor sits loose on him too, so you could theoretically take this armor off. The chest piece and things. I don't know. You'd have to damage it almost to take it off, I guess, and considering that these were more expensive than the other ones. And he comes with this staff weapon that I believe is supposed to be the vibro staff. If you don't know your Star Wars lore, then you won't have any idea what that means. But see if I can get it in his hands here. He's got the molded fingers and stuff. The cats are stealing the packing material now. Yeah. And it bends a little bit in the middle. Kind of funky. But it's still kind of cool. You know, I'm glad I got it. Like I said, it scratches that nostalgia itch. And you might as well do the Leia figure while we're at it. You can pretend it's her, or you can pretend it's the actual bounty hunter whose name was Boosh. He kind of met a bad end. but and she got his armor. The helmet's a little bit overly large, which maybe that's how it was in the movie too. No, original, updated. Actual fabric cape though, so that's nice. This one has a cape piece. It's missing somewhere over the years. I've got it for sure. But she also comes with the thermal detonator, which is tiny. I don't know if she'll be able to hold it very well. It's super tiny, like real tiny. Yeah, it doesn't really like these elbows are gonna break and know it. They're too tight. They're gonna break. She can't hold the detonator. Not well at all. Not well enough to make it worth doing. Let's take out her little pike that she comes with. The original did too. And there they are. So I don't like the joints on any of these. They always feel, which is one of the reasons why I'm not getting into collecting them too much. They feel too soft. They feel like I'm going to break them without putting a whole lot of pressure on them, to be honest. I don't know. And this little detonator thing is going to get lost. I don't know where to put it, where it's going to stay unlost, to be honest. It doesn't have a way to plug into anything. It's got no tabs, no holes, no nothing. She can't really hold it. Like, this is as good as it gets. Right? And then, oh, it's staying there, kind of. Well, as soon as I pressed on it, it got loose again, so. But, yeah, I have severe problems with the joints on these figures. I have one other figure from the Black Series, which is the Dark Trooper that they put in The Mandalorian, but it originally came from the game Dark Forces. And it's got similar issues with joints and things. Like, they just don't. It feels like they're too tight, they're too thin. Like, they want you to pose them, but they're not meant to be posed. Does that make sense? Like, they wanted to make it articulate, but at the same time, the way the joints are, it's not meant to be posed. So, I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm glad I got the set just out of nostalgia, but it's going to be purely for looks. I'll find a place to display them and probably leave it at that and take them down and look at them every so often. But I don't know. I have a Shizor figure upstairs too from the original, from the smaller lineup that's sized for these. And I don't know if I want to get one for the larger ones. I was trying to see if there's a little like tab thing to put something on a belt. I was trying to see if you could plug in the detonator there, because it's got a little spot that you could almost see was a peg hole, but it's not a peg hole. So you can't actually, because there's like a little peg on her belt there. You can barely see it against my thumb. Her backpack comes off too, her little oxygen tank backpack. So that's kind of a nice touch. But really she's just a bonus figure that was included in the set, probably to bump the price up. Because really this is the one I was after. And again, it's going to be mostly for looks because it's interesting in some ways, but it's, I don't know, the original is better in nostalgic ways. I don't know. But so that's it. That's that. That was kind of anticlimactic after all is said and done. It's mostly just for me. But yeah, that's what I got. The next thing I have coming in should be robots. I don't order regular figures very often, and I'm not going to start now. I only got these, of course, for the reasons I mentioned. And then the original figure, the detonator is molded into her hand, so it's not a separate accessory. And what's funny is it's almost the same size as the new one. You see that? It's almost the same size as the new one. Oh well. So that's it. I will see you folks next time for whatever I have coming down the pipeline. Have a good one.